All right, this is the inaugural vlog, if you will, an upward rain. Um, Hopefully, you can hear all right. I'm going to be setting up my tech here as I go along with this. Um, my name is Frederick Beers. I'm the proprietor of this channel, and firstly, I want to talk about what upward rain is all about. Upward rain is a concept that I thought of many years ago um, when I was going to church, and I was struck by the amount of people, of Christians, who um, kind of devoted all of their time for asking for God to come down, for asking for revival, for asking for God to bless, for asking for God to do this and that. Um, and I was just struck by the thought that there is a call upward. There's a call to go up to Him, to sit in His temple, to sit in His presence, to seek His face. There's this drawing. There is this call to come up to Him rather than Him come down to us. Now, um, I realize that might hit a bit differently to some people. Um, I'm not discounting like ministry and things you're doing for others. Um, there are primarily two planes of Christian relationship. Uh, One that is vertical, Godward, and one that is horizontal, menward. Um, from the Great Reformation, there was this um, there was this shift in church, the Protestant Reformation. I'm referring to. There was this shift from this um, all clergy mentality to this mentality to where the people, the body, were all priests, um, and that's the perspective that I come from. But unfortunately, the Great Reformation was not completed, in my humble opinion. That that foundation of the priesthood of all believers has not yet been fully established. That's what upward rain is about. It's about the fact that what I believe, anyhow, is that the natural outworking of that horizontal menward ministry is a fruit of that first ministry that is vertical and Godward. That our lifestyle should be one of first loving God with all our heart, soul, mind, and strength. And then the second command is an outflow of that first one. In any ministry properly positioned and full of effect and power is that ministry that is devoted firstly to that priestly call to minister to the Lord Himself, and then out of that first call, ministering to the people. Upward rain is about the thought that far too many ministers of the gospel seek to minister to people, to men out of the arm of the flesh. They seek to encourage, even to bless, to teach others using the flesh. And I believe, at least now, that by doing so, you are inevitably ministering to the flesh of your hearers, and thereby compounding and allowing to blossom the very flesh that we have come into the faith to subjugate. We, after the last Adam, are a new creation. We are to be spiritual beings, not fleshly beings with godly coats. I'll talk more about what upward rain is, but I just wanted to give a quick synopsis. But beyond that, I'm reminded of the words of A.W. Tozer, one of the authors that I like to read. He said in his book, The Pursuit of God. I believe that's the name. Forgive me if I misquoted that name. But in his introduction, in his preface, he talks about if his fire in his heart is not at least large, that it's yet real, and that he hopes that there are those who could come and at least light their candle in the flame. I want to reiterate that sentiment. Though my fire is not huge, maybe there's some that can come and light that flame. I owe to the Lord a debt. I know where I have come from. I know what I was. And he has shed boundless and imperceptible love. So my debt of love is that I should somehow, in some way, create other lovers, that I may present to him a gift of compounded love. So this morning, I awoke at about 5:50. I wrote in my journal I wanted to share some of it. Firstly, it dawned on me the other day that this is my 50th year, my jubilee year, if you will. And so I made some purposes, some steps in my heart. One of which is this very video you are watching. Years ago, I felt the prodding and the pushing of the Lord to start a video channel. There's been many things that have sparked that, in addition to his prodding. But I've always discounted myself. I've always disqualified myself. Who am I? How can I do this thing? What is it going to be? What do I say? What do I do? I don't know. It is this. It is upward rain. This morning I wrote about this 50 year. The Jubilee was a time where the Israelites, where God commanded the Israelites to return land that Israel had sold in times of famine or need, and also to um, release captive all of those indentured servants who indentured themselves volitionally, um, because they had need. So it was a time every 50 years where all of this land was returned back to the original owners. All of these indentured servants were released and freed. Debts were extinguished. Sounds like a good time. um, so I have set in my heart to apprehend some sort of jubilee. I have 15 days from today until my birthday. So I have set my eyes and my heart towards this thing. This is also a bit of a recommitment for myself. I remember the heights from where I've fallen, if you will. And I want it back. I want renewal. I want freedom. And I welcome you along with me, if you will. I wanted to grab a scripture to hold on to meditate on. And so I chose chose Psalm 27, but in particular, verse 4. Many of you will know this. One thing I have asked of the Lord, and this one thing I seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord, in his presence, all the days of my life, to gaze upon the beauty of the Lord and to meditate in his temple. All right. I think that's it for now. If you want to come along with me on this, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button for me. Um, share it with others if you like. Uh, for starters, for this morning gig that I have taken up, I hope to do one of these every morning, at least for the next 15 days. Let's see what happens. God bless you.